Good morning guys, Saturday the 11th of November, day 23 of my Australian daily vlogs. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on because it is a hot one today. I'm gonna head to the beach, potentially meet up with my good friend Brad and just enjoy my last full day in Sydney. That is the Sydney Harbour Bridge in the background. Actually, if we wander over here, you might just be able to see the Sydney Opera House somewhere around here. I can't really see where my fat finger is. I hope yesterday's vlog was okay and came together in a reasonable way because, well, I just enjoyed myself and it was just great reliving some amazing years with very good friends. I am heading down to find a good coffee and a bite for breakfast. It's another 10, Australian 10. Foliage in North Sydney. Let's see what my breakfast wrap is like. Nice, you don't see too many Aston Martin Romas out here. Breakfast wrap, outstanding. Well, that was genuinely the nicest breakfast wrap I've ever had. I'm glad that I'm not here much longer because I'll be going back there every morning and I'm sure it has 1 or 2 calories in it, but it's worth every single calorie. Crazy to think this time tomorrow I'll be well on my way back to Melbourne. Up until now at least, I've ticked all the boxes I need ticking. I've done so many amazing things. I'm gonna put this away now because I don't want to get run over. That would not be the best way to finish my Australian trip. IX, it's lovely being back in the 7. Really, really is. This thing is so comfortable. I wouldn't normally be looking forward to doing another 10-hour road trip tomorrow, but in this car I have someone who's going to join me, so that makes the journey even better. Another IX. I've noticed there's quite a few IXs in Sydney. Oh, lovely F80 M3. I'll tell you what I won't miss in Australia, apart from the driving standards on the whole, is the sight of white Teslas. Dropping down into Manly, me and Brad, who I'm going to meet, we used to manual, so wheelie with no pedaling, all the way down here, and if you timed it right, you could go through the lights and pretty much most of the way down to the beach. Brad taught me a lot on a bike. It was great to have him as a mentor and a teacher, but it was also annoying how easy he made everything look on a bike. And that is where we had lunch yesterday, at the Manly Wharf. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really not looking forward to this. Thankfully managed to park it somewhere. The negatives of having such a big car reminds me of back in my chauffeuring days. Car parks just aren't designed for modern cars, let alone large modern cars like the 7 Series or the XM that I had. Right, so this is more like the Manly, as Brad saves me from getting run over by a bike. This is more like the Manly that I remember. Some. Sorry? Some. I'm now heading off with Brad, who's in his amazing Ranger Raptor. That thing's really made me appreciate those cars. I'm now actually going to follow him to a BMX track that has a pump track, etc. next to it, because he has his bike in there. I'm starting to reflect on this trip now. I think earlier on I kind of talked about the fact that I am very excited about going home, mainly obviously to be back with Lou, who I've managed to speak to every day apart from one, and when I say speak to, we've had like video calls. At this moment in time, I'm also looking forward to not having to vlog every day, but I also think that I'm going to miss certain aspects of that. not the editing. I'm very happy with how the trip's gone. I'm very happy with the response to these videos. They're something that I'll be able to look back on in years to come, or even weeks to come, when I'm home and sick and tired of the winter. Check this out for a little setup over here at the BMX track. It's just here for the public to use, all the tools. Little track bump. Oh,
still works.
It's making a, yeah. Very cool. Make your bike look too small for you. Not bad for an old man. Oh, there are. Oh, it's not warm, is it? Oh, yeah, why not? Well, have you got one?
Yeah.
After an awesome afternoon watching Brad do his thing on some pretty sketchy pump tracks and very windy pump tracks, it brought back a lot of memories. I thought before I head off and say goodbye to Brad, we'll just have a quick look around his Raptor, because it is really impressive. And the more time I've spent looking at it, the more I appreciate it and the more I want one. I mean, I was surprised at how quick it was yesterday, and the noise, the induction kit, because it's had a few changes to it, a few upgrades.
The Herod Performance upgrade.
Herod Performance, and they're like intercoolers and...
Yeah, intercooler, transmission cooler, and just the tune. I think it tunes everything, like the gearbox and the whole lot.
Yep.
It's pretty detailed on it.
You might have seen that. That's because it's running Fox factory suspension, which, once again, you feel like it transforms. If this car was just on old leaf springs and regular suspension, it would be like a boat, yeah. But actually, the second Brad turned in yesterday, at any kind of pace, it stays flat, level. You can hit roundabouts, apparently, I've been told. You don't even feel the roundabouts. It just deals with everything so well. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's a serious bit of kit, and you can actually see. To me, it looks like a giant rear shock from a mountain bike. But I just love the styling of it. I think it looks super cool. And they even have matrix LED headlamps. And then when you jump inside, you've got sports seats. You've got a really nice interior. You've got this big screen in the middle that has like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So it's got all the mod cons you can imagine. I wasn't expecting in a big truck, and really cool graphics as well. The ultimate mountain biker's truck. If I lived out here, this would be you're looking at Australian Joe right here. Oh yeah, mate.
Much cooler one.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to Brad on camera, and then obviously after camera we'll have several more man hugs. So, mate.
Good to see you, mate.
Lovely to see you too. Give us a hug. If you want to follow Brad and you're into your riding and your biking, he's got a really cool Instagram page. So I'll link that below. I probably already put it on the screen somewhere anyway yesterday. Back in the 7 and heading to the hotel. It's nearly 7 o'clock. Gonna get dinner, and I've got to do some editing, and I've got to pack and get ready to leave relatively early tomorrow. Saying goodbye to Brad then was really difficult. I'm sure we've all got really good friends that we tend to live close to. It's really difficult when your friends live on the other side of the world, and when they're really, really good friends like Brad and they mean a lot to you, you kind of feel like you're part of their life because of social media and all the rest of it. But then when you meet them, it sort of rekindles that relationship, and you realise sort of how lucky you are to have been friends for that long. And then you've got to peel yourself away from them and go back to the other side of the world, because that's where my life is and this is where his life is. And that's just really hard, I think. I almost didn't want to say goodbye. I know I'm being a bit open and honest. I think it's good to talk about your emotions. I don't know when I'm going to see Brad next. Hopefully next year. Hopefully I'll be back in Australia and I can see him again then. And Brad, if you're watching this, mate, I love you, and it's been awesome. I'm so glad that we spent 2 quality days together. I might end the vlog here because I've got so much on, I also need to ring Lou. I think now is a good time to finish today's vlog. Thanks as always for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content from today. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. North Sydney at sunset. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Looks pretty cool.